Greetings, my good people. Of course, my name is Victor, and this is It's Victor Rono Speaking Show. And if it's Tuesday, of course, you know it's Let's Speak Happening. So you get to talk about top stories, the latest happenings all over the world, around the country, at least that is relevant to us, that is not relevant, at least to give our unsolicited opinion. Thank you for always liking. Thank you for always subscribing. And if you haven't, and you don't, it's just a job. So by the time you're shooting this one, it's on Sunday. And there's a story that we woke up to today. That is a story by Steve Harvey and the wife, whereby there's claims that the wife is actually cheating on him with I think the bodyguard and the private chef. So it's neither here nor there. No credible source has come out to speak about it. So we are treating it as rumors, but as rumors, you still have to give opinions about it just in case by the time it gets to Tuesday, it's confirmed. We'll have a few opinions to say. So for me, from all this, it's really clear that our full-time job is waiting for people to fall. Most of those comments, most of those hashtags, half of things is laughing at this guy for creating books about relationships, creating movies about having a talk show about relationships. But you know, from my side is I think we can never figure out all these things. You can never say you've done a 360 of everything that you need to do, because the other person now has to be. They normally tend to shame you when you put your all your faith, all your heart, all things into this. So I can't really criticize him, but I can just say it happens to everybody. So as much as Tukuku what reacting all this, you just do what you have to do, and you leave the rest to the person. Which brings me to the other topic that I was having about last week. Being in a marriage or a relationship means another person becomes your business. So whatever they do, it's your business. Whatever they treat you is your business. Whatever they want to operate, it's your business. Which is another thing that really, it's a job in itself, but it's something that you choose. So trust is, you can't say you satisfy someone too much. You can't say you can't stop loving them. As in, it's neither here nor there. You just do what you have to do and leave the rest for it to go the way you want to go. If it happens, you move on regardless. If it doesn't, you thank God. If it happens and you don't know, it's behind your back, you act like you've never known. You live your life today. Because actually, most of the people out here, sometimes it happens to us, but we don't want to question too much. So we just keep it at that moderate, at that neutral part, and just cold, as in, you cannot figure out all these things, and you cannot say you have a script of life. So for me, if it happened to him, it just happened. Whatever happens just happens. You move on, and it's old enough. He has kids, can go do. And people are blaming it on, people are just saying karma is coming back because there were marriages that didn't work for him, which I still feel they still want. There's the blame for the guy. There's always the blame for the guy who left. Everybody's waiting for the evil thing to happen to the person who left. Half the time kama wanasemanga sinks their head in the sand when all this is happening. So you might want this to happen to him, probably, if it didn't happen to him, but it's just life. We move on. So the next story is about Faith Kipyegon. Faith Kipyegon is a star by now, no doubt. This year we are them. People are saying we are Godwa. I think we moved from Godwa Larimado now to Godwa Faith Kipyegon. That woman is a star. That woman winning 2 golds in a row, setting 2 records in a row this year in 3 months, or rather less than 5 months, 5 months apart. One thing that got me, congratulations to her, all the best in her career. This is the best that it could ever get. It can even go higher, and that is, and you can see, you saw the chums that the girl is getting, a lot of chums. I saw a bit of controversy when she said she was dedicating the 5,000 meter race to the husband. I saw the feminist kind, one neither here nor there. There's always this someone, even me behind all these shows, there's always someone who gives me, at least, who fuels me, who gives me the hope, who gives me the kind words to keep going. And when I win, it will be so unfair for me not to mention. It can be my mother, it can be my father, it can be the person you're dating, it can be your sister, it can be your brother, your sibling, a friend, anyone, just anyone. So once you win, it's also unfair to always give them credit. You never know. Maybe the husband was taking care of the kids. Maybe the husband had to be the manager, ensuring what she eats, everything she does. But a feminist will not understand because a few coins kidogo, a few coins ushaanza big girl, small girl, big dreams, hashtag. No, you can never understand these things. Support is one of the biggest opportunity. It's one of the biggest fuel for success. You know, once you get a good support and people who have good intentions for you, you always win. And once you win, always give them credit. There's an artist, by the way, we're going to speak about this in the future, in the coming video. And the last story is the KPLC situation. You know, for this Kenya of ours, this Kenya of ours, uh, it's always the knee-jerk reaction, or rather, what do you call? There's a reaction that happens when something happens. You try to fix it immediately by trying to firing people here, putting measures that were not even there before. You've not even thought about them. You never. But to have all these KPLC situations, how many of these things that are still unknown yet until a situation happens, you know? So I would really want every minister to check on their place, every leader every MD that is doing something. If you are an MD of a small organization, a small leader of a small organization, how sure are you? Do you have backup plans, even not for the electricity, in case a disaster just happens? How are you going to maneuver through them, you know? And I'm always seeing Murkomen on choppers, expensive watches, expensive shirts, smiling all over. Naona ameanza kuvaa shades, casta. You know, that same effort you put in looking so good and dressing expensive suits and all that same effort put into your work, and it will be better for every Kenyan. Wacha hii maneno mingi ya kuongea kwa TV statements. It is good Murkomen took actually was accountable and apologized, but we need to do better, you know. We need to do better, not old style. These are young people. These are people like in their 40s. In their 40s, I think that's when you start living your life better. So be better. Let's do better together. Mwache kuka expensive na Kiingereza mingi hapa, and there's nothing you're doing in those offices. Otherwise, my name is Victor. This is It's Victor Rono speaking. And Tuesday, of course, let's speak happenings. The next video is coming up with Doki Dokiche, the artist. So I'll see you until next week. Peace out. Show up for yourself is the anthem.